Hi guys, Black here. I'm sure you all have heard the expression, you can't judge a book by its cover. Okay. I'm at a company. I'm not gonna name the company, but I'm at the same company where you saw me unloading the big old box and the guy on the forklift, right? I'm at that company again. Okay, I'm supposed to call them before I come here. You know, they're real busy sometimes, and I'm supposed to call them before I come here. It doesn't really say how much time. It just says call for an appointment, right? That's cool. So I usually my nearest stop to here is about maybe 20 minutes away. So I usually call them before I leave and say, hey, I'll be there at such and such time. So today the lady told me they had a storm up here. We're in Arkansas. They had a storm up here back Sunday, and it knocked out a bunch of power. And they said they're running on generator. Well, anyway, she told me on the phone that they're running on generators, and it would be better if I didn't come today. Okay, so I said, okay, thank you very much. I was going to call my company, but I already know what they're going to tell me. They're going to tell me to go there and let them tell me to leave. That's what they're going to say. Okay, and before I leave, I have to call my company, and my company will call them and put a foot in their butt. Anyway, I get here. So I didn't call. I came here, and I bagged up here to the door, and I see this black guy in a Maxima who I've never seen before. And he stops me, and I'm thinking he gonna tell me that there's no power and I need to leave. Instead, he tells me to go down there and check in, which reminds me, I gotta go down there and check out. Well, hell, I ain't never checked out before, so she told me I ain't going down there. Anyway, I definitely ain't going down there after talking to the black guy. Anyway, so the black guy tells me to go ahead and bag up here and walk down to the office and check in, and the guy will come down here to unload me. So I get in the office, and the lady comes up and asks me, you know, what am I there for? I told her. And she goes back and gets some other lady. And this lady comes up and says to me, didn't you call on the phone? And I said, yes, ma'am. She says, I thought I told you to come here tomorrow. And I said, well, ma'am, you didn't tell me. You just said it would be better if I did. And she, well, you need to leave and come back tomorrow because we don't have time for this. About that time, the same black guy walks into the office. Now he's dressed like he works on a dock or whatever, right? He comes in and says, hey, don't talk to that man like that. He's delivering the felts. He was like, such and such is already out there getting ready to unload the man. You just check him in and let him be on his way. And I'm like, okay. It's funny to me how people in the office, usually be females, they consider me as a normal truck driver. Yes, I drive a truck, but I have a little bit more, I demand a little bit more respect because, again, I'm not just a normal truck driver. Now, you would think the person who carried well, this is a shipping company, actually. They don't make anything here. It's a storage company. But anyway, one last example. I was at another place, and this was in Mississippi. All right, I was in Mississippi, and oh, hell, I'm rushing. I still got 3 minutes before I can clock back in. Anyway, so I'm in Mississippi, and I go to this place. I've been going to this place 10 years, right? So I walk in one day, and normally there'd be somebody in the office that know me, and they'll unload me. But this particular day, nobody was in the office, but the door was open. So I just went out onto the dock and went straight to my truck and started preparing to unload whatever the hell I was unloading. Wasn't looking around the warehouse, nothing like that. I know better than that, right? So I'm unloading. I'm getting my truck ready. She comes out there and said, excuse me, you're not supposed to be out here. And again, my company always tell me, don't argue with the customer. Whatever they tell you, do it. So I said, yes, ma'am. She go, well, you need to come with me. So I follow her. She takes me back in the office and open the door and tell me, you need to go out of your truck and stay there until somebody come to get you. And right about that time, another man walks up, a white man, and tells her that, oh, that's the such and such driver. He's getting his load prepared until we get there, and everything is okay. She's like, well, I was told no driver's supposed to be out here. And he's like, yeah, but he's not a regular driver. He knows what he's doing, and you don't have to worry about him. And it was, I love that. I love that little bit of respect that I get. And what did this man here want? I hope he didn't walk all the way down here for nothing to tell me something, because, oh no, I guess he's walking. Anywho, yeah, I love that. I mean, that has happened to me before, different places. I can't really remember. Well, okay, there's one place I've gone to before. I know. I got a good one for you. Now, this was some years ago. This is when I first started. About 3 or 4 years I had been here. I was delivering some Guitar Hero. I had a freaking truckload of Guitar Hero, 32,000 pounds of Guitar Hero. So I take it to this place not far from my house on Fulton Industrial, and it was like a whole bunch of trucks there. It's really, really busy warehouse. All right. Now, we are the kind of trucking company where we don't have to put seals on our trucks. Sometimes we don't, sometimes we do. A lot of times we don't. Well, I went to deliver this load of Guitar Hero to this company, and the guy don't say nothing about, well, he asked me, do you have a seal on your trailer? And I said, no, sir. He says, you don't have a seal on your trailer? I said, no, sir. He said, okay, well, go out there and sit in your truck, and we'll be out there and tell you what dock. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm sitting out there for about 3 hours, and I'm like, trucks coming in. They go to the office, they get the load, they bag up to a dock, they unload or load up or whatever. I'm there for about 3 hours. I'm like, man, what the hell? So I get up and go to the office, and the guy tells me, well, you don't have a seal on your truck, so we just gonna sit you out there until we figure out what we gonna do with you. And I was like, okay. So I went and called my boss, and I told my boss what the man said. My boss was like, what was his name? And I'm like, I don't know his name. He's in receiving. I said, I can go get his name if you want to. And he was like, yeah, give me his name, because I want to know who had you sitting out there for 3 hours. So I went inside, and the guy tells me, I thought I told you to wait until we come get you. And I said, sir, my boss need to know your name so he can talk to you or whatever. And so he gave me his name, just one name, right? So I go back out and tell my boss, and my boss calls somewhere and raised all kind of hell. About maybe 10, 15 minutes later, he comes outside and tells me to bag up to dock such and such. So I bagged up to dock such and such, and I'm sitting there for another like 20 minutes because they in there arguing about who gonna unload me, because nobody wants to unload me, because if the count ain't right, they think they gonna get fired, right? But anyway, that's it. I gotta go. That's all I gotta. Yeah, I gotta holler at y'all later.